Right on cue. I posted the video saying we needed to hold the 38 to confirm an uptrend, and we blew right through it as soon as I posted the video. So the green box is here. This is it. We've had it here for how many days, how many weeks now? This was the third drop that I was wanting to see in March, and we didn't get it, and now we're seeing it. So this is pretty much it, in my opinion. You can see that these do look very similar. So, in my opinion, this really needs to be the wick. If it doesn't end up getting bought back up by the end of the day, then I would say there's going to be massive turbulence to the downside. But, with the long term holders capitulating, short term holders are getting out. Everybody's capitulating right now if you look at the on chain analytics, and the fact that we finally got that third push down makes me think that this candle has to be it. If it's not, well, not this 4 hour candle, but this move down, it really needs to be it. Because if you remember, I had a thing like this, and this is actually really interesting because I was saying that this is possible, but I don't think it happens because, or I think it's unlikely because the altcoins have already had their moves. I don't know how many people remember this here, but what's interesting is this actually did happen, and if you do look at Phantom, Phantom is still holding up pretty strong. So this very well may, I think, in my opinion, this has to be the very bottom, or we are going to actually start having massive moves to the downside. So I think this is a critical moment right now, today, in what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks and months. Because if we don't get bought back up and pushed back over 38K by today, I think you're going to see some massive moves to the downside. So again, it was a bad call saying typically or not typically, the low has been in historically before the Fed meeting, and then obviously this time was not the case. But again, this is such a big move because the altcoins have already completed their summer corrections and Bitcoin hadn't. But the fact that we actually did end up getting that final sell off here and the altcoins did not actually make a new low, I think this is super interesting. But with that in mind, this really does need to be the bottom, or we're going to have massive moves to the downside. And again, it is important to note that altcoins, believe it or not, as of now at least, obviously subject to change, they're holding their lows. So if Bitcoin does not get bought back up by the end of the day, then I would really say that there's going to be a massive move to the downside. So because as bearish as this is, Bitcoin did make a new low. The altcoins have already, well, yeah, the altcoins have already bottomed. So they bottoms on the 30th. Shiba bottoms on the 30th. All of these, well, ICP, yeah, even ICP bottoms on the 30th. Solana bottoms on the 30th. Sand bottoms on the 30th. A lot of these coins have already bottomed. Phantom bottoms on the 30th, and that's why I was hesitant to think that it was going to happen, because I thought that it would make altcoins have a new low, but we're seeing it right now, and that's just not the case. So all in all, the 36K green box got hit. There's no more goalpost moving. I think this is it. If this does not get bought back up by the end of today, then I would really say we're going to have some massive selling to the downside. So that's pretty much it. Best of luck. As always, none of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion. You always have to do what's best for you. But I really don't have much else to say. We've had this green box here for who knows how long, probably 2, 3 weeks, and if it doesn't hold and if it doesn't get bought back up, then there's going to be more obviously selling. But I think you would really start seeing altcoins break down, because Bitcoin breaking down below this area would send it back to like 34,000, and you'd really see sellers step in on most of the altcoins, if not all of them. So green box tagged. In my opinion, this has to be the bottom, because if it's not the bottom, well, it has to be the bottom for any type of bullish argument, or it's not even bullish anymore. But I would say to avoid capitulation, this has to be the bottom. So we'll give it until the end of the day. If this candle gets bought back up to 38K, then I would have to say that that was the bottom. But if not, again, it's going to get extremely bearish. So that's pretty much it. Best of luck. As always, just my opinion. None of this is financial advice, and you always have to do what's best for you.